You're not weak for hating the cold. That moment when your fingers become stiff, your body starts to shiver, and your first instinct is to search for warmth is something almost every human has experienced. But why does cold create such a powerful reaction? Why does a simple change in temperature make your body immediately respond? The answer begins inside you. Cold challenges the balance your body works constantly to maintain. The discomfort you feel is not simply a dislike of low temperatures. It is a response shaped by the way humans interact with the environments around them. And that response connects to a much bigger story. How humans have faced different climates throughout history. For many human communities, especially those living in colder regions, low temperatures created serious challenges. Seasonal changes affected landscapes, resources, and daily life. But humans did not survive these environments through one single advantage. The story is more complex. It begins with what happens inside the body. When temperatures drop, the human nervous system reacts quickly. Blood vessels near the skin become narrower, helping reduce heat loss. Muscles begin to contract, creating shivering that produces additional warmth. Your brain also creates the unpleasant feeling of cold. That discomfort encourages you to take action. Find shelter, add protection, or move toward warmth. In other words, the feeling you experience outside on a freezing day is part of a system that helps the body respond when conditions become challenging. But this biological response was only one part of the human story. Humans living in colder environments also relied on something beyond the body itself. The ability to create solutions using the world around them. Archaeological evidence suggests that early humans used fire, shelters, and clothing to make different environments more manageable. Fire was more than a source of warmth. It changed how humans could spend time in colder landscapes. It provided heat, supported cooking, and became an important part of daily life. Researchers continue to study exactly when and how different human populations controlled fire, but archaeological discoveries show that fire became an important resource in human history. Shelter changed the experience of cold in another way. A harsh environment outside could become more manageable when humans created protected spaces that reduced exposure to wind, rain, and freezing conditions. Clothing added another layer of protection. By using available materials and shared knowledge, humans developed ways to reduce heat loss and move through environments that would otherwise be much more difficult. These examples are important because they show the relationship between human biology and culture. The body provided a natural response to cold, while human knowledge expanded the ways people could deal with it. But even with these solutions, colder environments remained demanding. Surviving in cold regions required preparation. Food availability could change with seasons. Travel could become difficult. Maintaining warmth required continuous effort. Ancient cold environments were not easy places, where humans simply adapted and lived without difficulty. They were challenging environments where every advantage mattered. So how do researchers know what these experiences were like thousands of years ago? They cannot observe the past directly. Instead, they study clues left behind. Archaeologists examine tools, shelters, and traces of human activity found at ancient sites. Environmental researchers reconstruct past climates and landscapes. Biological studies help scientists explore how human populations changed over time. Together, these sources help researchers understand how humans interacted with different environments. But the evidence does not tell a simple story. Human history has always been shaped by many factors: climate, geography, migration, technology, culture, and social cooperation. Cold was one challenge among many. It influenced the lives of some communities, but it was not the only force shaping human development. And this brings us back to the question we started with. Why do we hate the cold? Because our bodies recognize it as a condition that requires a response. The shivering, stiffness, and search for warmth are signals that help us react when our surroundings become uncomfortable. But the deeper lesson is not only about discomfort. It is about the relationship between humans and change. Cold environments challenged some communities, but humans responded by combining their natural abilities with knowledge, passed between generations. Today, many people experience cold in a very different way. Modern heating systems, insulated buildings, and advanced clothing allow us to avoid conditions that once required constant preparation. Yet the reaction inside our bodies remains. A cold breeze can still make us shiver. Frozen hands can still make us search for warmth. That connection exists because humans carry biological responses shaped by a long relationship with the environments they have encountered. The cold reminds us that humans were never perfectly suited for every place on Earth. Instead, our history is a story of responding to challenges with creativity, cooperation, and understanding. So the next time you step outside and immediately wish for warmth, remember this: the cold is not just something humans learn to endure. It is a reminder of how our species has always interacted with a changing world.